She won an Oscar, Golden Globe, Screen Actors Guild Award, BAFTA, Critics' Choice, and Image Award. She is making her return to the big screen in the amazing indie movie Blackbird. Please welcome to MizHollywood.com, Monique. Thank you so much for joining me at Miz Hollywood. I can't even tell you just what a big fan I am and what an honor it is to have you.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Did you know that you're one of 9 actresses to win a Critics' Choice Award, Golden Globe, SAG, BAFTA, Oscar in the same year?
I never knew that.
Yeah, you're one of 9 to do that. That is huge. So I give you a nice round of applause for doing that one. That's really amazing. Really amazing. So, and then I wanted to talk to you about the whirlwind that was during Precious. How was that, and how did you handle that?
Actually, it was wonderful because I enjoyed the moment the way that I wanted to enjoy the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it wasn't so much a whirlwind, it was enjoying that moment with my family. Really, when I got the script, our whole focus was on saving lives. It had nothing to do with any awards.
Yeah.
Like, we never said, we're going to get awards for this. It was, oh my God, if we do this right, we'll save some lives.
Yeah.
And we really felt like we did it right.
And you started off in comedy, then came this serious role. Were you ever afraid of changing and having people look at you and not take you seriously going into something like that?
No, because all of this is fantasy.
Yeah.
All of this is let's dress up and make pretend.
Yeah.
So, when people said, oh, well, Monique, we just know you as funny. Well, that's because that's all you knew.
Yeah.
But when the opportunity came, and thank you to Lee Daniels, who was courageous enough to say, I believe that you can do this. And he allowed me to once again go to fantasy.
Yeah, and you definitely blew the roof off of that one. I don't think anyone will ever question what you can do ever again. So, I always like to ask this question is, has your idea of fame or the industry changed since you first started?
Wow, that's a great question. Yes, I would say it has. Because when I first started, my whole thing was I wanted to be famous.
Yeah.
As a little girl, I just wanted to be famous. I wanted the world to know who Monique was. And during that time, there were 2 failed marriages, and I had a son who's now 24, but I was chasing fame. Now that I'm in my 3rd marriage and my final marriage and a second chance at motherhood, I see it totally different.
Mm-hmm.
And it's who would you rather have admiration for you? For people that really don't know you? Or for the people that you live with every day, which is your family? If I am famous, if I'm a famous mommy to my sons, but the only thing they see me as being famous is being a mommy.
Yeah.
If I'm a famous wife to my husband and the only thing he sees is I'm being his wife, then, baby, I have all the fame I will ever need.
Fame is a drug to a lot of people.
It's understandable when you have our young babies and they get into the game and it's so much fame and it's so much wealth and it's no one to police you.
Yeah.
So it's understandable how you can get lost in this. That's why I think that the best thing for me is having the foundation of a family.
Yeah, very, very important to have that solid foundation, which a lot of people don't have, I know if I was acting that way, my dad would be knocking down the door. There would be, I don't care how old I am,
yeah.
that door would be coming down to get my ass back home. So,
yes, without a question. Like, Miz Hollywood, if you don't come on and get in this car.
Yeah, exactly. I get that now. My dad's like, your room isn't clean. I'm like, hello, I'm not 15 anymore. He's like, I don't care. I'm your father. So.
Right. But those are the best parents to have.
Exactly.
Like, they're the best when it's like, listen, I don't care about what they see on TV and on that big screen.
Yeah.
When you come in here and clean your room, like they're the best.
Yeah, my dad's like, I don't care if you have an interview with Monique. I'm coming in at 3 o'clock. The house better be clean.
Tell your dad I love him.
Was there a conscious decision to have such a long break in between Precious and the new project?
Great question. Was there a conscious decision? You know, after that whole season, and once the Monique show went away, and there were scripts and all that were coming in, but I looked at my husband and I said, you know, Daddy, I've been going at this for over 20 years now.
Yeah.
And I want to take a break. And he said, Mama, come on and take a break. And I didn't want to make the same mistakes that I made, you know, with my oldest son.
Yeah.
And you're chasing and chasing and chasing and chasing, and you're trying to get the next and get the next and get the next, and all the while you're missing moments with your family, moments that you'll never get back.
Yeah.
So it was a conscious decision to say, you know what, I'm going to take some time off, and I'm going to enjoy my family.
I want to talk about Blackbird. I was there, you know, for the opening with you at the Pan-African Film Festival, and I have to say, it's a truly amazing, beautiful, gut-wrenching film. I cried, I laughed, you know, I had every emotion. I think I was angry, everything. So can you tell people about it, what the film is?
It's a coming-of-age story about this young man, Randy Russo, who happens to be gay. And he's rooted in a deeply religious Christian family. So you see this young man trying to come to terms with who he is, trying to come to terms with telling his family who he is. His younger sister has been abducted. The mother and father has split up in their marriage because the mother just can't take the pain of the daughter being abducted. And you watch really the behind the scenes of how this family and how they interact in their relationships, on how they're coping with all of these details of life. I think it's so beautiful when you watch Randy Russo, let's just say, come to terms with who he was made to be.
Yeah.
When you watch this woman, Clara Russo, have a faith that is just, what's the word I'm looking for? Her faith was unwavering in her daughter returning and watching this family split apart but then come back together.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing love story.
Like you said, you get scripts all the time. What was it about this that you thought, oh, I have to be a part of this?
I know those characters.
Mm-hmm.
I you know, like I said, when I was around 15 years old, I hung out with a lot of gay guys. And at the time, I didn't know they were gay guys.
Yeah.
They were just these nice-looking guys, honey, and I thought I was the special girl on the block. I thought all these cute boys only wanted to hang out with me.
I feel you. I feel you.
Yes, honey. I was like, yes, I'm the fabulous one. And when I found out that they were all gay, and most of their stories were the same.
Yeah.
Most of them were either put out, their families turned their backs on them, they were just mistreated because of who they were made to be.
Yeah.
So when I got this script, and my husband and I read it, and I said, wow, you know, this script to me, it felt like my love letter to those guys.
Yeah.
To say that if we could stop that type of treatment and stop that type of abuse simply because people are being who they were made to be.
Yeah.
And the message is so powerful because oftentimes we'll say it's a sin, it's against God, but the message in the movie is God is love, and this is just all love.
I really do think that these kids that's in the movie, I really think that they are the future of Hollywood. In the next 5 to 10 years,
Yeah.
I think that they're really going to be rocking Hollywood and hopefully going to be making good decisions with their projects and be changing the future of what we look at today in the industry.
I have to agree with you because those kids were absolutely fearless.
You and your husband produced with the movie. How was that for you guys?
It was the first time for us executive producing a movie. We were also the executive producers of the Monique show. Mm-hmm. And when we came on as executive producers to do Blackbird, we were looking for opportunities and not a job.
Yeah.
And when we did Precious, that was the last job when I did a movie that, I was going to do. With Blackbird, it's an opportunity because we get a chance to benefit from this project forever and not just in the moment.
And what's next for you? What's your next project?
That's always a great question. When people say, what's next for me? I hope tomorrow.
Yes, I hope that too.
I hope tomorrow, because today is so beautiful. If I get to tomorrow, that's the best I can ask for. Because they always say, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Well, sugar, he done chuckled at me so many times, okay? I've learned my lesson.
Well, I can't thank you enough. Like I said, I am a huge fan, and it was an honor for you to say yes to being on Miz Hollywood and letting me interview you. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sister, and I wish you all the best, baby.